Good evening, everybody, and thanks again for tuning in. This is Soul Work, and I'm your host, Jeni Cousins. And we are indeed taking calls tonight after our short commercial break. So you need to give us a call, and my guest will also help you answer questions tonight. And just to let you know, that phone number is 403-539-6710. So get out your pencils and crayons and pens and write that number down, everybody. And on tonight's show, I am here to welcome a dear friend of mine, by the way, who I met when I was briefly at WestJet.
Yes.
And her name is Noella Joy. And thank you, Noella, for
No, you're
coming
very
on the
welcome.
show.
I appreciate this.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And as I said before, I told Noella, you have to come on the show because she's a real big inspiration for everybody out there. And I know that everybody will be able to relate to this topic in one way or another.
Yes.
Yes. So can you tell the viewers a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. I am 51 and very proud to be feeling that the new 50, or the 50 is your new 30.
Yeah.
So my name is Noella Joy, hence the Christmas name. I'm a Christmas baby.
Yes.
And very proud to have been and have still working for an amazing company called WestJet Airlines, and almost 14 years
Wow.
with the company. Brought up in the Ukrainian community. I'm born and raised Calgarian.
Yeah.
So go St. Francis. I hope the football team is doing good this year. I'm very excited that I have a Ukrainian band. I love to perform. Started some dancing, Ukrainian dancing
Yes.
groups in the city. I'm a single mom. So I have a beautiful 21-year-old daughter named Kasha, and
Yes.
she's doing a theater like her mother. You know, she's doing that in Edmonton. So
That's
it's really
awesome.
good. Yeah.
That's awesome. And Noella has been through quite the experience here.
Yes.
Yes, and how I was drawn to Noella, when I was briefly at WestJet, she was my trainee for the phone, by the way. And when she brought me back to her desk, she had a deck of cards there, Abraham Hicks.
Yes.
So right then and there, I'm like, perfect match from Spirit, everybody.
Yes.
And Noella just went through breast cancer. Could you know how you had cancer? Can you explain how you knew? Because I always remember that phone call.
Absolutely bizarre, because always be careful what you ask for.
Yes.
I was actually doing a Zumba workout. I just moved to Cochrane because I wanted to get away from the city, and because I'm a home res with WestJet, it gave me the opportunity to work from home there. And I was doing my daily workout because I love doing Zumba. And the best way I can describe it, it felt like I pulled a muscle. And I'm like, how do you pull a muscle in your boob?
Yeah.
And it just so happened to be coming very close to October, which hence October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. How funny is that? And WestJet turned on their website what would normally be blue signs, it turned pink.
Yeah.
And there was on YouTube a clip of these gorgeous guys doing a breast cancer, a breast examination. I thought, oh, I'm going to check this out.
Yeah.
And something in the back of my head just said,
Yeah.
no, but you better check this.
Yeah.
So it just so happened, I do muscle testing, and I did muscle testing, and I just knew before I even went to the doctors or anything, I already knew that I had something a little bit more serious than a pulled muscle.
Yeah, I remember you said something's not right.
Yeah, something's not right.
Yeah.
I really think I have breast cancer.
Yeah.
And that week I had to work actually in the call center, and I went to my team leader and I said, it just came out of my mouth, I said, I think I have breast cancer.
Yeah.
And she goes, you're going to the doctor's tonight right after your shift. I ran in there. I literally said, I think I have breast cancer. And she goes, no, you don't. I said, yeah, I think I do. Literally, it was like
intuitively.
Yeah.
Listening to that little voice is very important.
Yep. Yeah. And literally pulled up my shirt. She checked it out and she goes, no pun intended, but you're getting your boob squished the
Yeah,
next
yeah.
day because I had to have a mammogram. And literally, even those doctors did a double mammogram
Yeah.
and a double ultrasound because the mass was so big, it was like a baseball. So they're going, you have an odd thing, you know, and
Yeah.
they wouldn't say, I said, you
Yeah.
can say it.
Yeah.
You can say what it is. So literally I knew in an instant that it was
Yeah.
there. That's how I,
Yes.
and
Exactly.
because of it, where I felt, where I spoke the words
Yes.
is that I said to myself, you know, I love WestJet. I don't want, like, I can retire actually. I
Yes.
could have retired from WestJet already because of how many years I've worked there and my age, but I said, I don't want to retire.
No, you love WestJet.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
WestJet. I don't want to retire.
It's an
but I
excellent
just
company.
wish I just had some time off.
Yes.
And God is funny.
See?
So
Yeah.
when I said that, I'm like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I spoke those words.
Be careful what you ask for.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, God, you're funny. So
Yeah,
that's how I
yeah.
knew.
Yes.
That's how I knew it came.
Yes. And Noella, by the way, also, she does EFT treatments. So what she was doing is she was giving herself natural healing treatments also.
Yeah.
On top of all the treatments and all of everything you had to
No,
go through.
because I was, that week that I
Yes.
found out that I had cancer,
Yeah.
I was actually going to my faster EFT training by Robert Smith
Yes.
in Ontario, and I already knew. They're going, why are you here? I'm like, because I'm here
To heal
'cause I'm-
myself.
Heal myself.
To heal yourself.
So it was amazing because I was using my faster EFT training to help me be stable. Like, well, how can
Yes.
you travel? You have cancer. I'm like, well, that's not going to prevent me from
Yeah,
traveling.
because you
Yeah.
kept a really positive attitude. I always remember when I went to chemo with you.
Yeah.
The first treatment. And you said, I don't want to be here because it's poison I'm putting in your body. And I
Yep.
said, you got to turn that around. And
Yeah.
you can't look at that. You have to say, this is my healing medicine
Yep.
that is going into my body, that is going to heal me.
Yep.
And you
Yep.
bought yourself, when you were in Hawaii, that mat. Can you explain to our
Oh,
viewers
sure.
about that healing mat?
What I found, because I love using holistic things, and I thought, if you want, because I ended up being diagnosed with aggressive stage 3 breast
Yes.
cancer. So I said, well, if you want me to actually do your medicine, then you're going to let me do my medicine,
Yes.
which is my holistic medicine.
Very important.
So I dragged this crazy mat. Every treatment, it was 60 pounds.
It was
plugged it
massive.
in. It's because
Yeah.
you can get the different sizes.
Yeah.
I had a full size, professional size, and when I would sit on it, it's like they're going, Noella, you're moving in, because I would have this
Yes.
heavy suitcase coming in. And when you plug it
Yeah.
in, it actually is infrared.
Yeah.
It's got 60 pounds of tourmaline, black tourmaline,
Yes.
and amethyst in it.
Yes.
So it helps heal your body. So
Yes.
when I'm sitting on the mat for chemo, they're like, okay, Noella, you should be getting a headache about now. And I'm like, no.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
I was the most bubbliest and,
Yeah. You have to be.
I was
You have to be
happy.
like
I was
that.
happy
Yeah,
through
and-
the chemo.
Yeah.
And I didn't get any of the reactions
Yes.
that they got. I was hyper.
Yeah. And I know some of the doctors were upset because it's like, how come you're so happy and positive? Right? And
Yeah.
it's like, because when you're going through something like that, you have to stay focused. You have to stay positive regardless
Absolutely.
of what.
Like-
Where they expect you to be loom and gloomy. And that is absolutely
When I found
crazy.
out that I had breast cancer, I had vibrant pink hair, like my shirt.
That's why we're pink.
That's why we were wearing
Yeah.
pink today. And
Yeah.
my first surgeon was mad at me because I colored my hair pink and I was so happy. He goes, why are you so happy? Don't you know what you have?
Exactly.
And I'm like, yes. And I'm going to get
Yeah.
through this. This is not a death sentence.
Yes.
I'm going to be happy through this, and I'm going to help others get through this.
Exactly. So let's say, because Noella is a really good inspiration
Yes.
for others to talk to. So let's say if somebody wanted to talk to you more about your journey
Absolutely.
and to also you to help them through the journey
Yes.
and such, what's the best way for somebody to get in touch with you?
Best way is Facebook.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Noella Joy.
Noella Joy, spelled like Christmas, Noella.
Joy.
Joy, Joy.
Yes.
Just message me and that
Yes.
you've seen me on the show, and that you'd love to contact me, I'd be more than happy to share any and every information on how I did for diet, for
everything,
oxidized water, everything that I did to help myself get better.
Absolutely. Now, Calgary, we are going to be taking calls after this short commercial break. So that number to give us a call, and Noella is very gifted and intuitive also. So she's also going to be helping me with some calls as well. And if you have any questions for her directly, please call in. That number is 403-539-6710. We'll be right back after this short message. Hang tough.
You fill up my senses, come fill me again.
Fruits and veggies. They come in all shapes and sizes and add color and goodness to every meal and snack. So whenever you eat, include fruits and veggies and mix it up. For information and recipe ideas, visit fruitsandveggies.ca.
Good evening, everyone. This is Soul Work, and I'm your host, Jeni Cousins, for those of you who are just tuning in. And on tonight's show, we are taking calls. The number is 403-539-6710. And I have Noella Joy on tonight's show, who has been through breast cancer and actually had both of her breasts removed and has beat it because of her treatments that she also went through. She was doing that holistically with her natural EFT treatments as well. So if any of you have any questions for her as well, please ask us. Absolutely. And we do have a caller already on hold for us, and that would be Shannon. Hello, Shannon.
Hello. How are you?
I'm really good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I was just going to say, Noella, you remind me so much of my sister Fairley.
Oh, that's wonderful.
She's recovering from a brain tumor. It wasn't cancerous, but I'm seeing you talking there and your hands are moving, and that's just Fairley everywhere.
Oh, that's awesome.
And she's so positive.
Yes.
That's the way you got to be.
Yeah,
it helps.
That's right.
Attitude and gratitude is so important.
Yes, very important.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to wish you well and hope everything works out for you. And just to say that, yeah, you did remind me so much of Fairley.
Oh,
So.
thank you.
That's wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
I really, really appreciate that.
No
Thank-
problem. Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Shannon.
Thank you for calling.
Yes, and that is so very important, and that's why I wanted to have you on, because regardless of all, you know, the treatments and the medicines and the chemo and the radiation you have to go on, you know, it's so vitally important to stay positive, because I know even now you're still having some problems, like especially when you're trying to type and such.
Yeah. Going through cancer, I think that was the easiest part, because the cancer itself did not hurt.
Yeah.
But now I'm healing from my next phase of my pink adventure, which is it. When I had the chemo, I was very good in not having much signs, but it did give me neuropathy, which I cannot feel my hands or my feet. So, and then once I had surgery, it gave me a frozen shoulder and lymphedema.
And you still, because you have the glove
so
on
I have to wear the glove
Yes.
and the sleeves so that I don't get any blood clots. So it's now a phase. So every day I do a gratitude thing, and by this, and if you get that book, I believe it's called The Magic by The Secret.
Yeah.
Excellent, because it keeps you on track on having that.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we do have another caller.
Excellent.
And that caller, that is Laura. Laura? Hello?
Hello.
Hi, Laura. How are you?
I'm doing really well, Jenny. How about you?
I'm doing really well. Thanks for calling.
Great. I'm wondering if I can ask, please. I've been having troubles for more than 10 years now. Been through a dreadful divorce, been through unemployment, lost my way for the longest time, and finally found personal inner affirmation of what I really do want, far more focused.
Right.
But I'm not sure whether or not the universe is picking up on this and going to get me through my barriers. Can you tell me what you feel, please?
Yeah, what's really important right now is you have to really be focused on what it is you really want to do, because what happens is when we get really scattered of, what do I do? Do I take this job? Do I want to move into that career and this career? Then you send mixed signals out to the universe. So the universe just kind of sit there and says, okay, what is it that you want to do? Which direction do you want to go into? So you have to make more of a grounding for yourself and an intention of where do you want to go? What area do you really want to work into? Because you're very independent, and it's like you could multitask certain things, and you're very creative. So whenever you put your mind into that, you really could excel and move forth in a big way. What are you looking at doing?
I'm hoping that I can get back into show business in a much larger way.
I think personally that's going to take quite some time. It might even take a couple of years really to get something going with that. So you have to set your intentions towards that and towards that only. Right now we're in Mercury retrograde, so you can use that energy right now to push that forward. So you can go out and get yourself an agent and get that going. Just get little parts here, and there. Right? But you do need to get something else going on the side in the meantime to balance everything out. So if you
I'm no longer in front of the cameras. I'm trying to be behind the cameras.
Yeah, but you still need to get behind the cameras. So this is why you need that extra push behind it to get there. Right? So you need to put everything together into one and focus more on that. Okay. So if you do on that focusing right now with this and make certain requirements that you need to do within the next 2 weeks, you very well could even find something even coming towards October.
Okay.
Yeah, if you put a lot of intention in it. Because we have to set ourselves a goal and go with the intention, or else it's not going to go anywhere. So, but 2 years is what I'm feeling, where you're going to be more, I'm actually liking this a lot more now. And there's going to be a little training here and there and stuff, so it'll take a little time. But we already have other callers on hold, Laura. And I appreciate you calling.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye. And we have another call, and it's from Mirth. Mirth?
Hi.
Hi, Mirth. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing really well. And you have a question?
Yes. We're thinking about selling our house and moving out of province, and I'm just wondering what you see in that.
Yes, definitely do that. Definitely do that. That will be a really good move for you, and you're going to find that it's going to actually flow a little bit better for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm really feeling that, because I'm seeing more of like openness. If it's open like countryside or open fields around it, more open. It's not so much like tight in the city.
Right.
And you're going to find that once you do that shift, that everything is going to be so much better for you. You're going to actually really enjoy it, and things are going to flow. You know how any type of move really is stressful. It doesn't matter if you're moving next door or moving anywhere.
Yes.
But this, I feel, it's just going to flow more naturally for you.
That sounds wonderful. Exactly what I wanted to hear.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And, thank you so much, and all the best to you, Noella.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a great time moving.
Thank you.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That's the thing. We have to set our intention. you
Yes.
know, and set our mindset to a really, really positive nature, you know, to really keep things moving forward, you know,
Absolutely.
especially, you know, you've done that, set your intentions, because you kept on seeing yourself, I'm healing myself.
Yeah.
Each day I'm healing and healing, even during radiation, even during chemo,
Yep.
you're doing that.
And I think it's very important because, and you have to be careful what you say, but
Yeah.
it's not just what you say, it's you don't get what you want, you get what you're vibrating. So if you don't believe that you're going to get through it,
Yeah.
you're not going to.
Yeah.
You have to believe. And I always use the
Yeah.
word believe like a B-E-E. I used to do Mary Kay Cosmetics, and the one lovely thing about Mary Kay herself, she taught about the bumblebee.
Yes.
The bumblebee, its wings are too heavy
Yeah.
to fly, but
Yeah.
it doesn't know that, and it flies anyways.
Yeah.
So I encourage anyone to believe in themselves, believe in what they want, because anything that you want, you can have. A healing,
Yeah.
a job, a relationship, but you have to vibrate just like a radio dial. If you're trying to get 92.5,
Yeah.
you're not going to get it if you're on the AM dial and you need the FM. You
Yes.
got to
Yeah.
be vibrating
Yeah.
correctly.
You have to be.
Yes.
You know, because I know it's hard, you know, going through something like that. I personally, you know, have not been through that. And, you know, I know other people, especially in the medical field, of course, you
Yeah.
know, they can say all kinds of things and just do this and just do that and that, of course, but they don't truly get it.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, they can say, well, this should be here and this should be there.
Yeah, and you have to believe in yourself, because you can't let a doctor, a nurse, even a family member or friend discourage you, because
Yeah.
with what I had, the doctors were saying, Noella, you should have cancer in your bones. You should have it every part of your body. And I said, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
Because I would not believe, and I never owned it. I never said, I have breast cancer, because you never want to own that disease.
Yeah.
It's like, think of it as a story you're going
Yes.
through, and you're gonna get to that end goal, but you don't want to own it. You want to visualize and see that all of it's gone. Like
You do.
You do.
Yeah, and it's the visualization of it, and especially going through something like that.
Yes.
You know, because I know you had a lot of struggles, of course, like anybody would do that. So did you stay a little bit more focused, let's say, on certain things, or?
You know what? Whatever that day came about, I would, because some days I would focus more on meditation and prayer, but I made sure that I never watched the news.
Yeah.
I watched
Yeah.
funny stories. If I felt, I really listened to my intuitive self inside, and I would even, what really helped is I would start the day and end the day with an Abraham Hicks video, or I would live on YouTube and find positive things. I'm a believer. I love reading the Bible. I love reading books and different motivational things to help you get through something like that, because you can't, because I felt like I had the golden ticket, because I had so many friends around me having cancer. Like, I had one girlfriend who, she only had stomach cancer for 1 month. She was
Wow.
only, I think, 35-ish, and in 1 month she passed away.
Yeah.
Then I had a beautiful friend who had a brain tumor, and his cancer came back after years, and then he died a year ago, Palm Sunday. You know, so Slavko, this is for you. So
no, exactly. And even with you going through this journey, as you being a healer, doing your EFT treatments on other people, you know, you really can reach out. You know, somebody comes to you and they say, you know, I've got this disease right now, I'm struggling with it. You know,
I used to do EFT for years, and now I learned fast EFT, which is Robert Smith. That's who he was the creator of that, and fabulous. And anyone who, it literally helps with anything that you're going through, whatever you need, and it helps. And then I also did with TRE, which is TRE,
Yeah.
trauma release exercises by David Kelly. He is amazing, and there's so many things, and it's whatever what you're vibrating, you can be using to help whatever you need. Either if it's an addiction, it could be you're afraid to get on an airplane. I help because I work with Western.
Yeah,
I've helped so many get on an airplane because they have a fear of flying.
Yeah.
So
The
they're
ability.
afraid of the turbulence or anything.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, let's do this, and I will teach you how to do faster EFT yourself. I'll give you a quick version how to do it, but I also give out sessions and do that as part of my help healing, and do that for other people as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just a natural quality, you know, intuitively.
Yeah.
You know, you can pick up on their energy.
Absolutely.
So, you know, somebody might say, I have this going on.
Yeah.
So you'll kind of zoom into that energy
Yep.
and be able to know how to push that person forward even more so.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
you know, because I see you doing motivational speaking and that.
Yes.
I really do, like internationally and such. And,
Well, thank you.
you know,
I see
because
that, yep.
because that's the thing, you know, the really good healers, I know a lot of different healers, and they've done treatments on me and I don't feel it. Where, you know, I've had other treatments done and I can instantly feel it.
I remember you calling me while I was on the beach
Yes.
in where was I?
Jamaica.
Jamaica. I was
Yes.
in Jamaica, and I get this text from you, and
I'm like,
just like my daughter, anyone that needs it,
Yeah.
they'll just say, "Okay, Noella, can you tap me out?"
Yes.
So I get this text. Noella, can you tap me out?
Right
So I'm
now.
like, okay, let's do it. And I'm tapping you out, and
I could feel it.
Yeah.
I could feel the gurgles
Yeah.
in my stomach.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I've had other treatments from people and I felt nothing. And I don't want to be rude or anything, but I just say nothing. Right. But I can feel it. And a lot of the people who I can feel it from have been through a lot of, you know, like a disease like that.
Yeah.
You know, like breast cancer or just different things like that, especially when their whole body has been shattered or different things. And because they've actually been through something like that and their gifts that they have, it brings more gifts out for them to be able to help and heal other people.
Yes.
So, you know, it's extraordinary, you know, to see that.
Yeah.
So if anybody, you know, does want to get in touch with Noella, let's say, I would recommend it because I do feel her treatments, you know, especially from Jamaica. I don't mean to disturb you or anything, but I need your help right now, right? And I felt it. I'm
it
like,
amazing.
what's going on? And I really felt
remember that, yeah.
So, you know, I'm like, okay, go back to the beach. You know?
But you know, you
So,
can be the world is small enough that it doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
We're all connected.
It's
so
all vibration.
If it's all vibration, and if somebody needs you, it's like,
Exactly.
Noella, can you help
Okay.
me out? It's like, you know, like
Yes.
I'm known as the tapper,
Yes,
and I'm not
exactly.
just tap dancing
Yes.
because I can do that. But this is totally different.
But I want to thank Noella. I'm already getting the wrap-up sign here.
Okay.
And I want to thank